One of the best Swedish tennis players in recent times, without a doubt, is Robin Soderling. He had a great tennis career, making it to the French Open finals twice, won 10 singles ATP titles, went as high as world number 4, and competed with some of the world's best players at the time. Unfortunately, he could have done way more, but couldn't due to something that would end his career when he was only 27 years old. Here's the overview and story of Robin Soderling, arguably one of tennis's greatest underachievers. Soderling turned pro in 2001. From then to 2003, he would mostly play in the Challenger Tour and work himself up in the rankings. In 2004, Robin managed to win his first ATP title at Lyon. He would win his second title at Milan in 2005, although that would be his only title win in the following 3 years. During this time, Roger Federer would be in his prime and dominate most of the ATP Tour. Up to that point, Soderling was 0 for 4 against Federer, but the last 3 matches involved tiebreakers and Robin actually took a set from Federer at Halle in 2005. In 2007, Soderling would start winning against some great players, including Davydenko, Ferrer, Young Del Potro, and James Blake. Notably, Robin also got into an intense 5-setter against Nadal at Wimbledon that lasted 5 days and involved Soderling mimicking Nadal. This is what started a little conflict between those two, although Soderling would eventually apologize for that. 2008 would be a turnaround year for Soderling. He would win another title in Lyon and end the year ranked in the top 20. He won a lot more than in previous years and really only lost to some of the best at the time, including Federer, Nalbandian, Ferrer, and more. Robin was making a lot of progress and improvements, but no one would expect what would happen in 2009. The year started off with some wins and losses, but Soderling qualified for a challenger event and annihilated the number 1 seed Burdick in the final to win it. In the French Open, he would win his first 3 matches in 4 sets or less and then have to go up against Nadal. Rafa had never lost in Roland Garros prior to that 4th round matchup, and due to the problems that they had with each other, Soderling would be the last guy Nadal wanted to lose to. But he would do the unthinkable and beat him in 4 sets. Here are some of the best points from that match.
That's it.
Not only did he do that, but Robin would beat Gonzalez in the Battle of Forehands in a dramatic 5-setter in the semifinal, making it to the final where Federer beat him in straight sets to win his first and only French Open title. That wouldn't be the only bright spot for him, however. Soderling finished the 2009 season with a 4th round appearance at Wimbledon where he lost to Federer, the Wimbledon winner, a quarterfinal appearance in the US Open where he also lost to Federer, who would make it to the finals, won a title at Bastad, or the Swedish Open, and making it to the semifinals of the World Tour Finals after beating young Djokovic and Nadal once again. After 2 upsets to start the 2010 season, Soderling would manage to win Rotterdam, advance at least to the semifinals of Indian Wells, Miami, and Barcelona, and make another huge run at the French Open. This would include a surprising upset against Federer in 4 sets.
Now the rain is an issue.
Wow, how about that for a response?
Robin Soderling.
He goes for it again. Oh, no chance he does it again. Oh, too good. The Federer streak has finally ended.
After that, he would get an exciting 5-set win against Burdick to get himself into the finals once again, where he faced Rafa. Nadal had different plans than last time and beat Soderling in straight sets. He would make it to the quarterfinals of Wimbledon after beating Ferrer in a thriller, only to lose to Nadal, and again at the US Open where he lost to Federer in straight sets. That's not where it ends though. Soderling would make a nice run at the Paris Masters tournament, defeating Wawrinka, Roddick, Lodra, and Monfils to win his first and only Masters title. – 2011 had an unbelievable start for Soderling, as he actually went 18-1 heading into Indian Wells. It was probably his best level in his whole career, as Robin managed to win Brisbane, Rotterdam, and Marseille, defeating many solid players. His level noticeably dropped starting at Indian Wells, but he still got to the quarterfinals of the French Open before losing to Nadal in straight sets. Later that year, Soderling won at Bastad after defeating Ferrer 6-2, 6-2. Little did anyone, including himself, know this would be his last professional tennis match. It turns out that starting in about the summer, Soderling was suffering from glandular fever or mononucleosis. It is often known as the kissing disease. Quite a few tennis players have gotten mono, as even Federer did in 2008, but some people can recover quicker and better than others. This wouldn't be the case for Soderling. He got really bad chills, fevers, and fatigue, which caused him to be absent on the ATP Tour for years to come. According to the New York Times, it felt like as if his blood had been replaced by molasses, he said. When Robin tried to go back to his usual practice sessions in around 2014, his body could not handle it. So in 2015, at only 31 years old, he made the decision to officially retire from tennis. It was very saddening and heartbreaking to many people, but it was the right thing to do, as Robin could have messed up his health even more and knew that he wouldn't get back into his old form. Soderling is living life normally now and successfully recovered from mono. It's just super unfortunate something like that had to end what could have been an even more memorable career. Even if Soderling was an underachiever, he still did many great things, such as handling Nadal's first loss at Roland Garros, being a competitor against the now known Big Three, and reaching number 4 in the world. Anyways, thanks for watching. I often do tennis highlights and Mario Kart videos weekly, and I plan on doing other things too, so if you are interested to see them, be sure to subscribe. Peace out.